Hey guys, it is Jenna, what is up, and welcome to the Board Game Garden. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm saying that. This is very exciting, but yes, this is going to be the first video on the Board Game Garden YouTube channel. This will be going up the day that I am announcing the title, the channel name, and also whoever made up the channel name. Shout out to you. I'll put it right here who actually won the giveaway, which if you did not know, I am Jenna Rose. I have another YouTube channel called Jenna Rose where I've been uploading like lifestyle content, vlogs, home stuff, a little bit of small business stuff as well for the last 7 or 8 years. And at the beginning of 2022, I actually decided to start uploading board game content because it was something that was a really big part of my life and I wanted to share it with my community, and it went really well. I got a bunch of new subscribers, so shout out to you if you subscribed to my channel while I was just getting into the board game content. I really appreciate it, and I am just so excited to finally have this channel where I can put so much more content out there. I was kind of holding back a little bit on my main channel because I didn't want to annoy the people that didn't want to see board game content. They were subscribed to me for my usual content like daily vlogs and home stuff and small business stuff and planning stuff. So I'm going to keep that over there and then have this channel for everything board games. I will also say that I still am going to be featuring board games over on my main channel. If you started over there, you're welcome to unsubscribe, but I would definitely recommend staying subscribed because I will continue to feature more like lifestyle board games over there. Obviously, board games are such a big part of my life, and I, on that channel, am just filming my life in general, so I am bound to have some vlogs where we have a game night or Francis and I are just playing some games. So it's definitely still going to be over there. Just all of the sit down videos where I'm just talking about board games in this setting here is going to be on this channel. So anyways, yes, thank you guys so much for being here, and welcome if you are new. I would definitely consider subscribing. I would appreciate it so much, and it'd be so nice to have you as part of the Board Game Garden. I am the Rose in the Board Game Garden. You can be Rose as well, but my name's Jenna Rose, so I just have to be the Rose. But yes, let me know what part of the garden you are. This is really cheesy, but I don't care. I'm a cheesy person. All right? I'm the rose. You can be another flower if you want. You can be an insect. You can be a weed if you really want to. You can be a cute little critter. Let me know what part of the garden you are. But anyways, moving on to this video, I really wanted to like make an introduction. This is going to technically be like the channel trailer, I guess. So this is going to be, you know, the welcoming video that people see when they first find my channel. So if you're first here, this is the video that you're first watching, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I am going to be doing a little tag, which if you've been on YouTube for a while, if you've seen videos back in 2012, 2013, 2014, tags on YouTube were such a big thing. Basically, it was just someone sitting down and answering questions about some sort of general topic. I did one back in, I don't even know, 2013, 2014 called the fall tag or love fall tag or something like that, where I was just answering questions about fall. What is your favorite fall fashion accessory? What is your favorite fall drink? Those were all of the things, and I really enjoyed those, and I really enjoyed filming them, and I really enjoyed watching them. So today I thought I would make up my own little board game tag. So I have my iPad in front of me here, and I made a bunch of questions that I'm going to be answering today. And then at the end, this is called a tag because you're supposed to tag other people to do it. So at the end, am going to tag some fellow content creators. And also, if you are not a content creator and you just want to answer these questions, feel free to copy and paste I'll have the questions down in the description box. Copy and paste them anywhere. You can answer them in the comments. I would absolutely love to see all of your answers to these questions. But there are 20 of them. They're all pretty easy, straightforward questions. And we're going to get right into these. I am really excited. If you do answer these questions in the comments. I'm super excited to read them and get to know you guys more, and hopefully this will be a way for you guys to get to know me more and me and board games and all that sort of stuff. So without further ado, thanks again for joining the Board Game Garden, and let's get into the little tabletop tag, if you will. Hope you guys enjoy. So like I mentioned, these questions are all pretty straightforward. It starts off with the first question, which is name, age, and location. If you do answer this, you don't have to say your age and location. I just wanted to let you guys know my age and location. I don't really know why, but my name is Jenna. My middle name's Rose. That's where I got the Board Game Garden. Roses just mean a lot to me because it's my middle name and I just absolutely love it. So my name is Jenna Rose. You can just call me Jenna. I am 28, turning 29 this year. Can't believe I'm getting close to 30. That is crazy. And I live in Canada. I am a fellow Canadian board gamer, which there are so many other Canadian board game content creators, and it's so cool to like know that they're from Canada as well, like Foster the Meatball, Two Sheep One Wheat, Rodney from Watch It Played is also Canadian, Room and Board. Cavray, I just recently found out was Canadian. I did not know that. I don't know how I didn't know that, but yeah, there's just so many amazing Canadian content creators out there. If you know of any others, I would love to know. But the second question is favorite childhood board game. My favorite childhood board game, one would be Mall Madness. I always played Mall Madness. I was that child. I loved it. It was so much fun. And then also Nightmare, which I just recently discovered that they did like a second version of it. It's named a different thing and it was on Kickstarter. I missed the Kickstarter, but I'm hoping eventually in the future I will be able to get the different version of Nightmare because that game was so much fun. Question number 3 is, when did you really get into the board game hobby? Which Francis and I, Francis is my boyfriend, we started dating back in 2018, and shortly after we started dating, I think it was early 2019, we picked up our first board game, which is actually the next question, so I'll tell you guys that in a sec. But we picked up our first board game in early 2019, and it has just, the love of board games has just grown since then. So early 2019, so I will say like 3 years now, a little over 3 years. It's been a good time. Next question, like I mentioned, is first board game you purchased, and do you still own that board game? So the first, Francis actually was talking about this earlier today, but the one that I like to say was the first board game we purchased is Takedo. Takedo by Funforge. It is such a fabulous game. We still own it, and I still really love playing it. We get it to the table every few months, and it is just such a relaxing, and it's just like a comfort board game to me. It just like makes me so happy, and I have so many memories with it. So Takedo was the first one I will say is our first one, but then Francis also mentioned today that he's pretty sure we bought Guess Who before Takedo, which is a little bit embarrassing, and we no longer own Guess Who. It is actually, we do own it, it's just not in our board game room. It is like on its way out in a pile of games that we are donating, so yes. That's a little embarrassing, I will say. So question number 5 is kind of unrelated to board games, but I thought it'd be fun to know this about other people, but that is any other hobbies other than board games, which if board games are your only hobby, that is totally cool. That is awesome. Francis and I love to rock climb. We are big boulderers, which if you do not know what bouldering is, it's basically rock climbing on a wall without a harness, and you're not really going too high. You will fall and it is pretty dangerous, but it is a lot of fun, and it is a good physical challenge for sure. So Francis and I really love rock climbing. I also really love planning. I own a planner and sticker shop called Planning Roses, where I create planners. I've designed a planner that are available, and I've also been designing stickers for almost 6 years, almost actually 7 years now. It'll be 7 years in November. So yes, I really love planning and putting stickers in my planner, and it's just so therapeutic. So those are all of like my board game unrelated hobbies that we kind of have on the side. And I also do love home decor and stuff because I went to school for interior decorating. So I love making our house look beautiful, and it's a lot of fun. So those are all of my hobbies outside of board gaming. Question number 6 is your breakthrough game, which I think I've talked about this on a video prior, but I kind of want to know this about other people. If people do this tag, I am going to tag creators, but I'm not fully expecting them to do this like tag video. If I tag you, just know you don't have to do it. It's totally fine. It's just a little fun thing. But I would love to know down in the comments what your breakthrough game was. My breakthrough game was either Everdell or Wingspan. Those two we kind of got at the same time, and it definitely was that time in our board game hobby where we started getting into more thinky games, more strategic games, one where you really had to think about your turns and trying to like get as much as possible, and just it was such a good time in the board game hobby, and I'm so happy that we ended up buying both of those. So yes, either Everdell or Wingspan were my breakthrough games. Number 7 is a theme that always draws you in, and I will 100% say it is always just animals, whether that be a dog related board game because we are both really big dog people, or if it's just a game with critters, just any sort of animal, birds like Wingspan. Love that type of game. Anything with cute animals I am down to play, but also food. Food games really draw me in as well. Yeah, food, nature, and animals. Love that. Question number 8 is favorite mechanism or mechanisms if you have more than one. I would say that my favorite mechanisms are roll and writes or flip and writes or whatever and writes. Absolutely love those. As well as worker placement is a huge love of mine. I love anything worker placement. And then deduction games. Deduction games, we don't have a lot, and I don't think there are a lot in the board game hobby. There definitely needs to be more, but I absolutely love Decorum is a new one. Paint the Roses is also a new one I love. The Search for Planet X, Awkward Guests, Alchemists. There are some amazing deduction games out there, and I'm super excited for more, to discover more, and for more to come out. But yeah, roll and write, whatever and write, worker placement, and deduction are some of my favorites. And then I also like tile placement as well. But yes, those are some of my favorite mechanisms. So the next question is going to be a little bit of a flip from the last question, and that is a mechanism that you don't like or that you're not good at. So I think I've mentioned this before on the other channel, Jenna Rose, but I am not a fan of area control. And actually area control or area of majority, those types of mechanisms. Honestly, if I think about it, it's kind of more just combat in general. I'm not a fan of like going against somebody and using the power and seeing who wins. I don't know. Not a fan of that, but I'm trying to give area control and area of majority a little bit of a chance. We do have Scythe, which I do enjoy. That area control, I think it's because it's kind of optional, like you don't have to go for area control and like the combat part of that game. So it's kind of like if I feel like doing it, I can. Obviously if someone like starts a fight with me, I don't have a choice, but for like me going against someone or me choosing to go against someone, it's kind of optional. So love that about that. We also just recently got Rome from Red Raven Games, and that one's really fun. It is a really good, just lighthearted area control. The art is fabulous, so I think that's what gets me, and I really love like putting out the different configurations of the cubes onto the cards. But yeah, area control is one that I'm not a fan of, but I'm trying to give it a chance. Next up is newest game in your collection and have you played it yet? So we actually just recently got Merchants of the Dark Road and Honey Buzz. It's right here. Those two came in the mail from Elf Creek Games, so huge shout out to them. We have played Merchants of the Dark Road and we absolutely love it. I cannot wait to talk about it. It is such a good game. It definitely gets mixed reviews, but we really enjoyed our first game of it and we're super excited to play it again and kind of discover more in the strategy and kind of how to do better and stuff like that. So very, very, very happy with Merchant of the Dark Road. We haven't played Honey Buzz yet, but I guarantee I will love it. It has worker placement, has a really cool like action mechanism where when you finish a hexagon of smaller hexagons in your hive, you get to do those actions. It sounds absolutely amazing, and I just love the theme, and everyone speaks highly of it, so I'm super excited to try out Honey Buzz. But those are our two newest games in our collection, and we're very excited about them. Next question is a pretty easy one, and that is favorite player count. So typically, because Francis and I do live together, we do play a lot of games just 2 players, but I think my favorite player count would probably be kind of a tie between 2 and 4. We really love playing with our board game friends, Tom and Asha. We also just recently introduced our friends Joy and Caleb to some games. Francis' parents also come over a lot of the time and play a lot of 4-player games with us. So 4-player is really, really fun for us, but 2-player is definitely what happens most often, and I do really enjoy playing games with just Francis. So it's kind of a tie between 2 and 4. But I will say that I've started doing some solo gaming, and it is a lot of fun as well. So I like a lot of player counts, clearly, but yes, those are the ones that I enjoy. Next question is, what is your board game pet peeve? Which I think my only one is really when people don't listen when you're trying to explain a board game, or when you're trying to teach a board game and then someone like chimes in to try to like help you teach, but you're just like in the zone with teaching and you don't want any help, and you're like, just let me explain the whole thing, stay quiet. It kind of happens pretty often when Francis and I are trying to teach a game, and it's kind of funny. But yes, just when like people don't listen, or you're trying to explain a game and people are talking over you, I just like to have peace, and I love to get in the zone when teaching a game. So yes, that is my board game pet peeve. Question number 13 is, what player color do you play most often? I thought this was a fun little question, and I think whenever a game has a neutral colored piece, so whether that be white or black or like just a like natural wood color like the table or like a gray, really love playing those colors. But if none of those are available, I will often go for yellow, because yellow is usually in the game, or if they offer like a pink, I will probably go for a pink. So those are all of my options. I'm pretty easygoing, I'll just pick whatever color, but neutrals, yellow, and pink are my go-to. Next question is a little bit of a this and that question, or like this or that, I guess. But it is, do you read the rule books or do you watch how to play videos? This is one that I thought was pretty cool. We typically like to watch like how to play videos. There are so many amazing YouTube channels that have how to play videos. Rodney, obviously, from Watch It Played, Monique and Naveen from Before You Play, Nights Around a Table, he's a pretty funny one. There's a ton of YouTube channels, and typically we just put in what game we're playing, how to play, and there's usually one that comes up. Sometimes it's people we know, sometimes it's not. It's really easy. And it's easier to do that and have someone watch it. Like if we already know the game and we're trying to teach it to another person, it's easier to put on a how to play video while Francis and I are setting up the game, so that they kind of know what's going on, and then if they have any questions after the video, we can then teach it more to them and answer any questions. And usually when we're first learning a game, we'll have the rule book out and reading it as we play, as well as watching a video. So yes. Next question might get a few people a little riled up, but the question is, favorite snack to eat while playing board games, which a few people might be like, oh my goodness, do not eat any snacks while playing board games because you're gonna make a mess. But we do typically have some snacks around the table when we're playing. It's just how we are. We love snacking. So we typically do have some easy like grab foods, like we love peanut M&Ms or chocolate covered raisins, chocolate covered peanuts, just anything that you can kind of quickly just grab and eat. Sometimes we have chips, but chips are a little bit iffy because you can get some of that gross residue on your fingers. And then we also have like drinks and stuff as well. So we are getting pretty close to the end. I think we have 5 questions left, but the next question is, have you been to a board game convention? If so, which ones? So We have never been to a board game convention. I really do want to go in the near future. We've talked about going to a Breakout Con here in Canada. It is in Toronto, and that might be an easier one for us to get to because it is so close. So we're thinking about doing that one. And then we also chatted about going to PAX Unplugged at the end of the year in December, but that might be we will see, because it is a pretty expensive thing for us to have to do because we do live in Canada, so we'd have to pay for flights and a hotel and all of those things on top of maybe wanting to grab some board games while we're there. So it's just one that we have to, think about and possibly save up for a little bit more. But yes, we're hoping to at least go to one this year, and that one might just be Toronto, but we might also go to PAX Unplugged because I would love to meet some fellow content creators and just fellow board game lovers in general in person, because it's just such a great hobby, such a great community, and I would love to meet some of you. Next question is a really fun one, and it is an unreleased game you are most looking forward to. So this is a game that maybe has been announced, but it has not been released yet, one that's possibly coming to Kickstarter, or one that's just coming to retail. But the one that I just off the bat think of is Septima. This is a game coming from Mindclash Games. This is literally me in a board game. I don't know if you guys can see. Yes, you can. There's a moon over here. I really love anything, oh, also my shirt too. I really love anything like celestial, witchy vibes. I just love it so much, and Septima is all of that in a board game. I'm not 100% sure the gameplay as of yet. They haven't really dove into a lot of it. They probably have, but I just need to go and do my research and look up the gameplay. But the art looks amazing. The theme really has me, so I'm excited to learn more about that game. I believe it's coming to Kickstarter on June 16th, so I'm really excited to see the Kickstarter page, look more into it, and possibly back it. We will see. I'm very excited for that one. So that is Septima by Mindclash Games. Question number 19 is probably going to be my favorite question, and it is just, what is your favorite thing about the board game hobby? And honestly, I just love spending time with the people I love around a table, playing board games, whether it is a serious board game, whether it's a fun, laughy, just lighthearted game. It is just so much fun to be able to spend time with the people you love. We spend so much time playing games with friends and family. And if we didn't have board games, I don't know if that would happen as much. And it just makes me so happy that we have been able to get our friends and family into board games with us, and they absolutely love it, and it just creates so many memories, and it just makes me so happy. So definitely that. Also, just like the board game community in general, ever since I started creating board game content and talking about it more, I've met so many amazing people and so many kind-hearted people in this community, and everyone is just so engaging and just loves to talk about board games. You can really truly tell just how passionate people are about this hobby, and it's just so nice to have this community of people that come together and just have this love for board games. It's just so amazing. So those are two things that I love about board games. And then the last question is going to be other people you would like to see do this tag. So basically I'm going to list off a few content creators that I would love to see answer these questions and do this video, but of course, like I said earlier in the video, they do not have to do it. Please, if you are one of the content creators and you hear your channel name, do not feel pressured to make this video. It's totally fine. But I just wanted to list off a few that I think would be fun to see, but again, do not feel pressured. But the first one is Foster the Meatball. Jeff and Jamie are some of my favorites, and I think it'd be a lot of fun to hear their answers. Mitch and Morgan from M is for Meatball. I love their videos as well. Board Game Perspective, Jody and Justin, absolutely love their videos, and that would be a lot of fun to see. As well as Tim Chuan, and Alex from Board Game Co. Those are the 5 I would absolutely love to see them do this video, but again, if you are one of those 5, please don't feel pressured to make this video. And then like I said earlier, if you are watching this video and want to take part, I would absolutely love to see your answers to these questions. So whether you put them down in the comments here, I will read those, Or if you want to go over to Instagram, you are welcome to just do it over there. Tag me in the picture, it's just at Jenna Rose Beasley, and then use the hashtag tabletop tag. I think it'd be a lot of fun to see it pop up here and there. But yes, that is everything for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hanging out with me, getting to know a little bit more about me and board games. Thank you so much for, if you've made it this far, listening to me yap for 25 minutes. I really do appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this and want to see more, then definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of the Board Game Garden. Give this video a big thumbs up as well. Comment down below anything you would like. Share, just any sort of engagement really helps with growing the channel. We are starting from scratch, so we are planting this garden and hopefully it'll grow, and I'm so excited for the future of this channel. So thank you guys so much. I love you, love you, love you. Remember, you are somebody's reason to smile. I don't know if I should say that at the end of all of these videos. Maybe I should come up with another saying, because that's what I say on my other videos. Something about the Board Game Garden. Something about growth. I don't know. I'll think about one for the next video, but love you guys. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.